talk about it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. All right. I hope everyone is having a fabulous, what is this, Tuesday? We are on the other side of the eclipse, I guess you can say. Let me see where we are. I am going to see. Great. All right. If you're watching live, comment live. If you are watching the replay, comment replay. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, so that way I can see the comments. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Is it still morning? Yes, it is. It's afternoon somewhere on the globe. So, first of all right, Kendra. Yes, yes, yes. Good day, good day. All right, it's Coach Jay here. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be here. It's a new day. Get yourself together. Get your edge gel. Let's just breathe. It's a new day. And so we need to really talk about how we are navigating through sales and the discipline. Now, I know I get on here and I talk about, business and sometimes relationships and stuff, because I know that women have multifaceted lives and I like to hit all areas because it does have a lot to do with how we show up in our companies, in our businesses. And I just want to make sure that we are, in alignment and things of that nature. And we need to really focus in on what does that look like for us? Like, how are we navigating through life? And how does that tie into our businesses? So I want to make sure that, I capture all of these things. So thank y'all so much for taking out the time to come on in and have a conversation about discipline. Like, we just have to be for real. We just have to be for real. We just need to get into it. Okay. So, discipline. Discipline. Let's talk about it. Discipline. What is discipline? Y'all know I love a good definition, baby. I love a good definition. So when we think about discipline, right, we're thinking about training, right? We're under training. There is a code. Hey, Veronica. Hey, friend. The practice of training, right? So there's practice and the ongoing focus of training. But it's not just practice. It's not just training. We're actually learning a new code. So there's a code of behavior. So a code of behavior so that we can learn how to live in another reality, right? So if we say that, God has called me to wealth and God has called me to be this, or I'm meant to be wealthy, it doesn't even have to include God has called. You just want to be wealthy, right? Anybody can do whatever it is that they desire to do. However, it's going to come with a new sense of understanding that you have to practice something different. With every goal that you want to reach, there has to be some level of training. The code of behavior is I want to be wealthy and I want to be a woman of wealth, which means that there is a different way that you are carrying yourself and a different way that you are thinking. And all these people that talk about, oh, wealth is this and wealth is that. Wealth is to have options, to have a well-worked network, have a net worth that is in the millions and multi-millions and the billions. And dare I even say, now we're even looking at people getting trillions. But at least $2.5 million of net worth. I didn't say gross, I said net worth. So a lot of y'all are saying what you desire and you haven't even learned how to train yourself. And the first thing you need to do is you need to get more time. And we're in times where people's behavior around buying has shifted. And I'm very transparent when it comes down to sales and marketing and business and e-learning and things of that nature, because a lot of women fail to realize that I don't care what business you have to start. I don't care if it's a lemonade company. I don't care if it's social media. I don't care if it's an ebook. I don't care if you are selling notebooks or journals. At the end of the day, the process of business is this. You need skills to sell. You need skills to market. You need skills to be consistent, skills to structure your business, and skills to navigate all the way through, because you got to get to the next milestone. You're going through milestones. If you're watching live, comment live. If you're watching the replay, comment replay. I'd love to know who's here. Let me know. So how buyers, how consumers, how people in general see value shifts when there is an abundant amount, quote unquote, when there's an abundant amount of cash floating everywhere. When there's an abundant amount of cash, hey, Robin, people are more confident, right? They tend to spend more, they tend to invest more. But when buyer behavior shifts and changes, when the cash flow is not as plentiful, and I'm talking about generally in society, because you can shift your perspective and still run a profitable business. My clients are doing that. It just takes adjustment. Charles Darwin, there's a quote by Charles Darwin that states, it's not the strongest, and this quote is actually misquoted several times, but it states that it's not the strongest of the species that survive, right? Nor the most intelligent. It's the one that's most adaptable to change. So the one that is able to adapt to different environments and different circumstances in order to thrive is the one that usually wins. So if that is you, you're going to win in this next season. It just takes you adjusting. A lot of people are scared to adjust. They have a delusion in their mind, because you have positive delulu and you have negative delulu. Negative delulu is when you think that you are going to be the exception to the rule and that everybody is just going to stay in this spot and everybody, no, I'm going to just stick with this. Baby, good luck. For example, I was a coach that only did high ticket for a long time. Did high ticket for a very long time. And then it got to a place where I started to think about, I was like, wait a minute, let me start shifting, because when I saw people starting to shift back in 2021, maybe 2022, that's when I started to look at things and I say to myself, like, okay, people are shifting the way that they are looking at business. They're looking differently at value. So the way that I'm moving needs to change. Now, I happen to mistakenly, by accident, fall into the business model, but it was literally by divine intervention that I even did that, because that year, 2022, even though we took a little bit of a dip that year, we remained in business and actually served more clients and more customers that year than we did the year before. And then on top of that, since we knew what we were doing, and it took all 2022 to figure that thing out, 2023, we actually made 40% more than we did in 2022. Why is that? And why am I still in business even in 2024 doing some of the same things, but we're actually methodically looking at clients and looking at expanding our offer suite, is simply because we know how to adapt. One thing about me is that I am not too proud to do anything and to shift. And look, and I'm not afraid of looking crazy in front of people for a season, because I'm gonna tell you this: a lot of y'all are so scared to look crazy in front of people, when a lot of the people that you're concerned about are not even the people that's going to buy anything from you in the first place. That's why I'm very, very, very stringent on this for me. I don't follow everybody. And this ain't everybody's business. I always tell people, babe, I'm not the coach for everybody. You can go to a coach that's over there, or you can go to that coach over there. Like, it's okay. There are plenty of coaches for you to choose from. But for me, my clients, how I serve my clients is completely different than a lot of other coaches. But a lot of people have this in their mind that I'm just going to stick to doing this thing right here. You have to learn how to adapt. And that's the reason why a lot of people are starting and stopping and stopping and starting, one foot in. Next thing they want to do is build wealth. Then they want to go back to a job, and then they want to work their job for 2 months and say, I should have stayed out there, but you didn't learn the skills. And a lot of women tend to do back and forth, and we make decisions based off of emotion, which is also one of the biggest reasons why women stop too much. And we're not profitable in our businesses. We're great starters, but when it comes down to finishing, that's a whole nother conversation, which is really sad in itself. So it's not the strongest that's going to survive, according to Charles Darwin. It's not the most intelligent that seems to get ahead of everybody. It's usually the ones who struggle. I'm sorry, not struggle, but they don't adapt to change. No, they adapt to change. Y'all, let me go breathe. I've been talking all day. And then on top of that, I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning doing content. That's another thing too. It's kind of problem my nap time after I get off this live. So anyway, it's about adapting. It's about adapting, right? So when times get crazy like they are right now, when times get a little off, a lot of people tend to do things. You'll start seeing the movement. You're probably seeing this already. A lot of people tend to move very differently, right? So content starts to change. People start focusing on other things, and it's more emotional based content than it is strategic, right? So this is what we start to see in the marketplace when it comes down to content creation. You see a lot of people start to be more emotional on content, with content. You see a lot of people that have almost given up their will to even fight for their businesses, and then they start to just resort down to things without thinking of, like, what am I doing? What am I doing in my business? And not giving time to sit down and plan out, like, what's my goal for April? What's my focus for April? Where am I trying to go, and where am I trying to be in April? Because a lot of times we don't like to make goals. We don't like to disappoint ourselves because we don't have the skill set to do so. So when we see an adaptation is supposed to look like you having a little bit of a pivot. Maybe you are up leveling your messaging. Maybe you're up leveling your content. Maybe you are expanding your business model. If you have a physical product model, then you're probably looking like, okay, how can I digitize this? How can I start just doing this? And now I can start teaching this to other people, which is why I'm even bringing up e-learning. Because if you have a skill set and a competency that you can teach people what to do and how to do it, and giving them the space to learn and implement and ask questions, that's a profitable business in itself. But a lot of times people don't know how to adapt because they don't have the bandwidth to even sit down and learn how to teach other people. So this is why a lot of people don't stay in the game right here either. And then when it's time to really pour in to themselves, they can't do it because they're based on survival. They're looking at life from a survival lens. which is very unfortunate. So even when you're talking about building a business or building a coaching business, building a consulting business, I want to do this, coach. I know I'm called to do this. I know I want to do this. When I hear women say that they're called, it's not that you feel like you're called, because I don't care if you feel like you called or not. I don't care if you called or not, because a lot of people just do it. Like, I think we need to start thinking about how we're approaching business, period, because some of y'all think that this is just a divine call. You can wake up and just feel like doing something, right? Like, I feel like coaching, or I feel like doing this. I need to pivot my business. It's just the fact of the matter is that anybody can start a business. You don't have to be quote unquote divinely called or acknowledge a call. Sometimes your calling is something that you do very well. You don't have to learn how to do it. You already know how to do it. It's the structure that you put around what you know how to do well. That's good right there. Okay, Veronica said, yes, I started posting without strategy from the pressure of not being organized. But see, the pressure of not being organized that's scarcity though. She said house wasn't in order and mentally draining. I love that you brought that up, because a lot of women think that just posting just to post, just to say they're active, is a strategy, and that's not a strategy. Because who are you talking to? And then when no one comes to inquire, and this is why I tell my clients, I'll give y'all this nugget. If my content, for the most part, doesn't make a person do something, it was a waste of content. And I'm saying it right there, right then and there. If it is a make your person do something, whether it's to follow you, y'all need to give me some hearts right there, because that's value right there. You need to write that down. If it's follow me, follow my YouTube channel or subscribe. Is it to comment? Is it to engage? If it's to share, all of my content needs to have a purpose. Even me right now going live, there is an intent behind this. What are people going to do after this thing is over, or while they're watching? Like, we have a master class that's coming up on the 18th for women who want to grow up internally and emotionally so that they can handle their business. It's $29. If you have not gotten to where you want to be in your business, there is something else that's necessary for you to take over. Like, you need to heal from these pieces instead of just going off of a whim. It's $29. Oh, that's I always look at people. If you're not where you want to be, you need all the personal development work that you possibly can. I got nurses and doctors in that master class that's signing up. That's personal development. Literally, it's behind a paywall. Because the thing is that if you can't adapt, a lot of times you don't adapt because it takes work to adapt. It takes you pivoting and shifting your mindset. And a lot of that is it's a lot of discomfort. Robert says getting in the game is easy, but executing in the game, I'm telling you, staying in the game, I always tell people, if you want to learn about yourself, if you want to learn about your family, if you want to learn about your spiritual family, if you want to learn about your health, if you want to learn about people, period, start a business, grow that business, scale that business. You want to find a lot about yourself. You're going to find a lot about how people deal with you, because it's very different than what it was before when you were in a system. And a lot of women, because we are super empathetic, we're super emotional. That's our default in many cases. We love everybody. We want everybody to do okay, even at the detriment of us losing our strength in so many ways, and we weaken and we stress out. We make sure everybody else is okay before we're okay. Hey, Sasha. So what do I need to do in order to thrive and stop struggling in my sales. First of all, you need a structure. What are you doing every single day? Well, I go live or I post content. Okay, so going back to what I said, are you doing things just to be doing it, or are you doing things for the sake of people need to move forward? There's an intent behind this post. There's an intent behind this piece of content. There's an intent with the story that I'm writing. If I'm just posting things and clogging up the internet with memes and stuff about Megan Thee Stallion and Diddy and all these other people without an aim to tie into a business problem, and I'm just sharing stuff and just because I just need to get online and just do something, I'm out of order. If you can't pay your rent, if you can't pay your light bill, if you can't pay for groceries, if you can't give your children money for their field trip, if you don't have any gas, if you don't have money to pay your cell phone bill, if you don't have money to pay your mentor or a course or a membership or whatever you in, and you looking at, oh my gosh, I just don't have it. I need you to check yourself. Because at the basic level of responsibility, you're supposed, if you have a business, you are in obligation in order to meet the needs of that business so you can meet your needs. I always go back to that. There should not be any struggle when it comes down to your business. I don't care what you got to do. I always tell my clients, like, zero is unacceptable over here. Like, why are we okay with zero at the end of the month? I don't understand that. How are you eating? Because where's this money coming from? And depending on somebody to take care of you is just not an option either, because at this point your business should be taken. Why are you paying for things in a business with personal income consistently? Like, I understand when you first kind of get started using your business of your employment income to fuel the business, which is fine, but you shouldn't be going on 6 months, 9 months, a year, 3 years. Like, what are you doing with this business? Because you're not making any kind of income. You're paying for an LLC. You're babysitting the EIN. Nothing is going on. You're not learning marketing strategies. You're not learning content marketing strategies. You're not learning sales skills. You're not learning how to create some type of schedule every single day so you can stay on track. You're not investing in systems and automations and none of that because everything is too expensive. No, you're not doing the work. It's your obligation. It is your responsibility as a woman, as a CEO, as a leader in your own business to run a company. And you got to stop thinking that mentors and coaches are 99 cents a month. You're going to pay for that. But are you going to sacrifice and get out of this little bitty, itty bitty inch, or are you going to run? That's ridiculous. Like, we got to get to a point, we got to start calling bluff on things that we say we're going to do and we just simply don't do it. And we get to December and want to cry and say, I just let this man do this, and I just let my friends do this to me, and I saw everybody else. That's your responsibility to handle. Every problem has a solution. It's called the law of polarity. I don't care how you feel about it. That's your responsibility. I always put it back. You got to start being accountable. I didn't do it this month because I didn't meet my goal or my income goal for April or March or February because that's how you need to start up, because you're the CEO of the company. I'm going to always point it right back to you. Why didn't you do what you were supposed to do every day? See, that's a coach right there. And some of y'all can't take that kind of conversation because that's a very uncomfortable space to be in, because when you grow your business, at some point you're going to expand your influence and you're going to have to ask people, why wasn't this done? You got to be comfortable asking people that kind of stuff. Why wasn't this accomplished? That's why I say, y'all, if you have children in school and they did not meet the grades and you haven't met your obligations, you don't have the right to challenge your children. You're being a hypocrite. You challenging your child on why didn't you get an A or why didn't you get a B, but you didn't do what you were supposed to do, parent. You know, these children are watching their parents. You're inconsistent, they're going to be inconsistent as well. You be as consistent as you want your money to come in. Like I'm gonna ask some of y'all right now, what time is it? 10:36, it's 11:46, some of y'all's time, and according to the time zone. So it depends on where you are in the world. But I'm gonna ask you now, it's 10:36 right now for Central Standard Time, people. No matter what time it is in the world, have you done some sales today? Have you reached out to people? Have you done some emails? Have you done some DMs? Have you went live? Have you posted a piece of content today? Have you converted anybody? Have you made a sale? And don't get in my comment section or chat talking about I was getting ready I was getting ready, but I ain't gonna lie. What I mean, what the day almost over. And y'all stop telling, like, I'm gonna go here and you can stop following me if you want to. See, this kind of, like I said, this kind of coach I am. I'm sorry. You need structure. I listen to millionaires. I listen to people with money, not this little bitty 5K that y'all trying to make. I'm talking about people that's pulling 6 figures plus per month. Don't let this thing get you twisted. They have a time where they get up. And many times it's between 4 and 5:30 a.m. And if you getting up right before you got to be outside to take your children to school, or you got to get up with the sun come up, you already off. And to go to bed with a zero-based business is unacceptable. Because why haven't you done anything all day? And some of y'all got 1, 2, 3 clients getting real comfortable. One of those clients drop a payment. Don't ever let yourself get into a predicament like that. That ain't no flex to me. I got 2 clients and they pay me 5. Baby, one of them drop and lose a contract, you are out like dust. You better think, pivot. I really need to do this. Do it. Why do we do that? I really need to. I need to really think about it. I've never seen people who just sit and think about things and you don't come to a decision. This is why you're struggling. This is why sales is an issue. Why aren't you visible? Why don't people see your face? Why aren't you going live at least every day until you build up your community and audience? I've been able to successfully build a community, build an audience on this profile right here, as well as YouTube is growing, TikTok is growing, but Facebook is really where a lot of my people at. But this is the thing. This is over time. A lot of people have come and go. Y'all pick this up. And some of y'all are too complacent. And that's why your life is in shambles in so many ways, because you haven't gotten any order. Where is your order? You need to keep things very streamlined. You need to keep things very lean. Don't start all these other businesses, and you need to focus on one business at a time. Get this business to $1 million before you open up a drop shipping and all this other stuff that you ain't gonna halfway do either. I'm gonna start me a girl. Did you finish this business over here? I really want to do this. Why? Because you're bored. I ain't gonna lie, coach. I ain't gonna even lie. Baby, now that we telling the truth, now what? I guess y'all sitting looking crazy in the comments because I don't see nothing popping up. Y'all better say something to me. Because are we sleep? That's the problem. Some of y'all staring at the monitor doing all this self-reflection. What you do after this live counts. And I say this with love. I really do. I say this with love. We too loopsy daisy. And then you talking about you want a date. You better sit your booty down somewhere and you need to get some discipline. That's why I know many of y'all are out of emotion. It's all emotion. I just want somebody to just pay these bills. Pay your own bills. Why can't you pay your own? Why can't you pay your own bills? I don't. I've never seen it before in my life. I've never seen it. Pay your own bills, girl. He pay my bills, girl. Pay your own bills, adult. Jesus Christ. I hope the eclipse helped y'all to understand some stuff. We got to wake up. So times are changing. Times are shifting. You need to be shifting with the times. Why are you still? That's why I told y'all, some of y'all are still back in 2016, 2012. I just need to heal. Girl, heal and come on. Put the Band-Aid on your wound and go on. Because see, this is the part y'all fail to realize. While y'all trying to heal from folk that you said did you wrong, baby, they didn't went on 2 to 3 lifetimes. They didn't went on to Tahiti. They on cruise ships. They living their life while you still picking up the pieces from 2010. I'm gonna need for you to forget it and move on. Forget them just like they forgot you. You are a memory. Get your money up, woman. I told y'all, what are y'all doing 80% of the day? 80% of the day. Here, let me help you. 80% of your day should be prospecting and getting more leads and getting more conversations started. What 80% of your day you need to be doing sales and outreach or some type of marketing or sales in that. 80% of your day, 80% of your day should not be sitting in Canva. I'm gonna say that one more time. 80% of your day should not be in Canva. 80% of your day should not be in Canva. 80% of your day is looking for work. 80% of your day is looking for leads, looking for clients, looking and expanding with customers. 80% of your day, content marketing. 80% of your day. I need y'all to put 80% in the comments. 80%, because the public needs to see numbers popping up. We talk about numbers over here. 80%. It's what's today? Let's go there. Nuh-uh. I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you today. What is this? April. This is April 9th. This is April 9th. It's almost the 15th. I'm gonna work with you one day. It's April 9th. Look at your calendar. Look at your calendar. Do you even have one? Where is it? Where is your calendar? Pull it up. Your spreadsheet, look at it. Look at what you're doing. Nadia said, I'm screaming. It's ridiculous. Stop doing all this stuff with no market. You ain't got no clients, nobody on the email list. You just doing stuff. No, you ain't ask nobody how they feel about this or would they buy this. No market research, no nothing. Pull up the calendar. Look at April. Where are you at sales wise? Look at your Stripe account. Look at your PayPal. Look at your what is the Honeybook. Look at your Dubsado. How many? What is the numbers that's sitting right there in there? Where are we at? Because the 15th is coming up. When is this? This night. The 15th is on a Monday. That's next Monday. Where are you? But you waiting on that check though. You waiting on somebody. You waiting. See, y'all want to manifest. Manifesting. You ain't manifesting anything. You're not manifesting anything if you don't learn how to sow seeds. The check is coming in the mail or the check is posted or the money is deposited because you did the work beforehand. Y'all stop doing this to yourself. I ain't never seen it before. I manifest a client out of nowhere. Those are fine to have sporadic experiences, but that should not be your norm. If I don't have sales coming in every single day, that's a problem for my company. You hear how I said it? And not a problem for Jay. It affects me. But the business is set up for me to receive some sales every single day in my business. Why isn't yours set up that same way? What is the problem? It's the 15th is Monday. Hmm. Where we at? That's the kind of stuff I'm saying. And nobody, where's your numbers? We panicking then. We're going through a complete short circuit because ain't nobody got no numbers nowhere. From the 1st to the 15th of the month, you need to be head down. Cancel all dates. Where you going and where you going for? You busy. 1st to the 15th, you don't need to be doing anything. No barbecues, no going over me mom's house, no we sitting up looking at, family. I'm actually on the 15th. You better take your laptop over there, family. Because it ain't paying your bills, you are. Where is it? I don't care feminine, masculine. Right now, you ain't doing anything feminine if you ain't making no money. Pull out, where's the calendar? Do y'all have a calendar? Open up your Google. I need everybody to say, yes, I got my calendar up. Look at it. Don't be just looking on your phone. Go get up off the couch, get up off the desk, go and get your calendar and put it in front of you. And I want you to look at it. I bet it's blank. Nothing on there. You ain't scheduled nothing. Nothing's on there. Nothing. Nothing is on it. Do you have any calls scheduled? Thank you, Jenna. She tickled me. Where is it? Jenna, the only one I know. Jenna is the only one that's saying something. See, everybody is just looking. I'm serious. This is y'all want to coach you? Here we go. Where is it? Matriarchs got me tomorrow night. So they better get ready. Now, if I get on that Zoom tomorrow night, ain't but 2 people on there, I'm be mad. Matriarchs, I'm talking to y'all. Don't be saying, I got something. No, you don't got nothing to do. Come on. Are you on track for your sales goals for April? Look at your 15th. If the 1st to the 15th, you ain't on track, from today all the way to the 30th. See, that's what I'm saying. Look, Veronica's another. Let me tell you something. From today all the way to the 30th of this month, cancel everything in between, unless it's something that your child got going on. You all these other little brunches and stuff that you say you were going to. You just tell them, folks, you know what? I got to be in because I ain't got no sales. If you do anything per the antithesis, if you say, well, I'm still going out, baby, that's how I get my vibes up. I'm gonna ask you on the 30th. How did you do? I'm on in May. Cancel the business. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Because you're not going to do anything. I'm not being negative. I'm just saying we got to get to a place. 80% of your day is searching for new people to sign on. They may not sign on that day, but you're looking for the potentiality. You need to be building relationships. Every seed that you sow, every single day, like today is a day where you need to be sowing seeds. If you know that your month is looking like, what are you doing to turn around today? And don't open up Canva. Because I know that when we get through, let me just go ahead and design. No, you need to get in some DMs and go live and talk about something that's relevant. Because I know that's the first place we go, Canva. forget this girl. She is right. I'm finna just, no, close Canva. Because you're going to spend the next 3 days in there, wasting another 3 days, and it's going to be 9th, 10th, 11th, then going into the 12th, going into the weekend, nothing, because you ain't Canva these next 3 days. Coach, I need to find somebody to do this for me. You wasting money. Do it yourself. Because you don't even know how to train anybody if you ain't never closed a sale yourself. You ain't enough. Because you're doing everything arts and crafts. No, don't delete it. Don't delete it. But that should be 10%. That should be included in your 10% of the day. 80% is outreach. I know, Sasha, you hate Canva. Oh, I'm just not good at it. It's tickle me. I love it. Rabbit hole for sure. You have got to get, let me just say this. It's the ninth. It's the ninth. Okay. Y'all say that this is what y'all say. This is what y'all say. My business, I'm starting it. Y'all need to come in, is it that call to action? I'm taking clients, and then you stop. That's not enough. Posting is not enough. I need y'all to hear me. Posting sometimes is not enough. I know you want it to be enough, but it's not enough in many cases. Buyer behavior. You got to understand the psychology of your buyer has changed. They are not going to move all the time just by your content. You've got to get and start building relationships, creating engagement content, but you also need to move the needle a little bit because some people need an extra push. Don't you know I was able to get additional masterclass sales yesterday because I went into the DMs and started asking people if they were they interested in being a part of it. And a lot of them said, oh my gosh, I was thinking about it, but I just didn't, I had it up and then I went and did something else. That's how many times people have the intent to do it, but then if you ask them, if you go into having that relationship, there have been people that came into the daily payday intensives that I had in the past, all because I did a little bit of a nudge. Hey, are you interested? If they say no, you know what, Jay, right now, I'm just not in the, state of mind to invest right now, but in the future, yes, that's fine. I'm not rejected by that and I'm not offended. See, that's when you do your work. You got to keep getting rejected so you can learn how to deal with it. Rejection is an art form in itself because if you don't learn how to take rejection, you will never, ever, ever grow your business at the magnitude it's supposed to be because something emotionally in you needs to heal about rejection. Rejection does not feel good to women. It doesn't. It doesn't. It does not. We do not like to be told no about anything regarding us. But you need to get that part healed real quick. And the only way you can truly, truly do it is if you consistently get rejected and then you start getting the yeses. Yes, I would love to. Now, if everything is a rejection, people don't know you enough. Because in any economy, you're supposed to still get sales. If I hear people say, well, the economy, no, the economy didn't take you out. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. Yesterday was Monday. We generated what, almost $3,000 yesterday. Yep, we generated almost $3,000 yesterday. I know between Sunday evening, afternoon to Monday. And when I say we, I'm talking about Ellison. And that's from different payments, digital product sales from YouTube, people finding me random and buying this and buying that. Like people are buying, like this is a real thing going through my funnel. I have a funnel on it. Like this is happening. So my point I'm trying to make here is that when I show up, things happen, right? So you need to have the same mentality. Why is it? And some people say, well, because you're a business coach. It's because you're a business coach. It's not just because I know business coaches that ain't doing nothing, right? But it's the fact of the matter is that the reason I'm in business is bigger than me. Let's go there. This ain't a selfish, I just want to be rich and I want to be wealthy kind of business. This is a family business. This is a family thing. Ellison is named after my daughter. Her middle name is Nicole. Flip it backwards. You got Ellison. So it ain't about my feelings. You may have something else where you need to tie your business into, because some of y'all don't like working for other people. I don't like working for other people. I legally, energetically, spiritually just cannot do it. I can't work for other people. I can't. I will not do it. I can't. That's why you do whatever it takes to avoid what you don't want and embrace more of what you do want. I would rather teach, coach, whatever I got to do to make sure that we are steady over here. That's another thing for y'all. Some of y'all are running back to these jobs that you don't want, and then in 3 months, because see, you get on there and lie the first 2 weeks. This job is so good. I just, everybody's so sweet and so nice. It's like a family. 3 months after that, you crying. Because I always tell people, creatives do not belong in corporate. They just don't. Y'all are too creative for that. You get in there, you get stuck, you get stuck, you in traffic, then you working online for somebody else's stuff, knowing that you need to be doing and working on your stuff. They tire you out so that you can go to sleep and get up and do it all over again. That's why you're not consistent. We shouldn't discourage people. Don't get on my live with that. Don't get on my live with that. I love you, but don't get on my live with that, because 80% of your day is searching for new people. 80% of your day is searching for new people to help. 80% of your day. So that means 4 out of the 5 things on your to-do list should be revenue generating activities. Don't let me see your to-do list for the day, and for all 5 of your stuff is working on a flyer, looking at a logo. Don't do that. Don't do that. I've been in business 4 years. I ain't got no website up. Notice that? I have a website, but it's very, very old. Don't nobody ask me about my website, where your website is. Y'all probably going to look for it. I ain't got no website. I have a stand store. I had a website for less than a year, and nobody went and looked at it. Because don't nobody care about it. Didn't nobody care about it. Didn't nobody care about it. My showing up was legitimate. That's why I tell people, you don't need a website. I really need a website. You don't need a website to start off. You can get a website later once you have proven yourself. You need to get social proof. Why aren't y'all getting testimonials? This is your job right now. Collect testimonials. You need to be collecting testimonials. I'm going to say that one more time. Your job right now is to collect payments. That's number 1, and testimonials. That's your only 2 things that you need to be doing right now from here all the way until probably midsummer. And the reason why I say midsummer, because you need to be getting ready to ramp up again. But right now, your only thing, you need to be creating cash flow all the way to testimonials. Your 2 primary objectives, which is all year round, right? But these 2 primary objectives will set you up for 2025. Thank you, Blair. Blair, we're gonna have a good class on the 18th. I'm so excited. I'm glad you came, that you're coming. You need to be doing that. You need to be increasing your cash flow, doing everything it takes to increase your cash flow. Well, I really want to do this. Increase your cash flow. Should I do this? Increase your cash flow. Does increase your cash flow? Do it. Do you think I should do this? Increase your cash flow. I really want to work with this person. Testimonials. Testimonials, 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 testimonials. That's all I want to hear from you. You need to be collecting case studies, testimonials, social proof. That's all in there together, looped in together. Why am I saying that? Why am I saying this? You need these testimonials and these case studies and these social proof pieces so that you can have them so people can see that you're proven, and you don't have to spend so much time trying to convince people when the social proof is convinced. Because I don't take lightly with the proven. You should get to a place in your business where you don't have to prove to anybody that you're legitimate. You don't get into a place. If I get someone in my DMs and they say, can I talk to one of your clients? Or do you have any testimonials? I know they ain't did no homework on me. That's the problem. They didn't look me up. They didn't do anything. Even referrals. If somebody comes to me and they are referred by someone, let me tell you my process. If someone just brand new, that I don't take their money. I give them something to look me up on. I give them my YouTube channel. I get their email address and I send them a brochure. My brochure and honeybook has everything, testimonials, links to click on, do some investigation on me. My pricing and everything is right there. Do research on me before you give me your money. Because when you give me your money, that's when things are transformed. That's why my retention rates are high. My refunds are very low to non-existent. Chargebacks, same. Disputes, people quitting my program. All that is when I tell you 2023, the midsummer, up until now, I have had zero fallout. Zero. Because there's a science to this. That's why, here go another thing. That's why I'm not too quick to take people's money, because I want a business that is viable. I want a business that is reputable. I want my reputation means everything to me. Now, I can't make people think some type of way about me, but I never place myself in need of money so bad that I'm hurrying up and getting payments. I want to prove this with all this content I got out here. That's how I prove myself. You get my drill? I show my face on this app. I talk about my client experiences. You go on my YouTube channel, you're going to see client testimonials. Period. If you say that you really want to work with me, you need to go do some investigation on me before you come to my DMs. If you want to join the matriarch, I got information for the matriarch. Go look it up. See if you want to do this. And if you come to me and you say, we good. That's how I keep that real safe right there. Because see, I have to work with you. And to work with a client for coaching, that takes a different type of energy. I'm very selective about that. I would rather you disqualify yourself. I want you to get to that point. I've had clients to tell me over time, like, I want to coach just like you. It ain't about coaching like me. It's about just being a coach, period. Because why wouldn't you want this space to be very intimate, that your client can have a safe space? But that takes vetting. That takes showing your face. That takes spreading your wings out and getting your content on point. That should be a refinement process all the time. Like, I don't understand. Why are we not refining that? We're going to get all these certifications and all these licenses to coach, and I want to get another certification. You haven't spent time even getting clients to help. Anything you do from a human-based and human-centric standpoint, I don't care if it's consulting, I don't care if it's coaching, I don't care what it is, training, whatever. That is time and a process. And stop getting these 1-2 clients and sitting down. You need to scale. That's the reason why y'all are fight or flight. I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna get off of here. Fight or flight when it comes down to your clients. You get one client and they won't hear from you no more. And then that client vanishes or they stop paying on the accounts. You stuck like, oh, and then my client gone. Well, did you get some more? I mean, why are you scaling? What's wrong? What's the problem? Y'all don't believe in it? Increase your capacity to hold larger sums of money, okay? Increase your capacity to hold larger sums of money. The reason why you're not growing in your revenue is because you don't know how to hold larger sums of money. You can't be trusted. You don't even trust yourself with larger sums of money because you think you're going to mess it up. And this is why many of y'all don't go very far. You get 1 5K, you get 1 2K, you get 1 3K, and then they pay you, and then you go and spend it up on stuff instead of taking care of your business. This is why a lot of y'all scared to pay your own taxes. This is why a lot of y'all are scared to pay your own bills. You should not make your first purchase going to buy a purse after you get a big payment. That is not your money. That's the business's money. Babe, I'm finna go and turn up at the tax office. Go in the bank and do your banking. Go have a conversation with your bookkeeper and have a date with your spreadsheets. And know your numbers. If I ask you how many leads did you reach out to, or how many people you got in the pipeline that's ready to go? How many people you got in the pipeline that's very, very like serious about buying from you? How many people do you have? If you say 0, what have you been doing from the 1st to the 9th? This is second quarter. Told you business is more than just folded arms and photo shoots. You know, you do realize it, right? Business is more than just posting a piece of content and thinking somebody's gonna come and buy from you because you put a selfie up there. The real work goes when the camera's not on. The real work is when the post is done. The real work is when your stories have been viewed. But you'll rather invest in places or memberships and these little courses and stuff so you can go and hide. No accountability, nobody asking you nothing. I just want to go and be kind of in the community. You're not learning anything. Have you done anything with the community that you're already in? You're not even doing anything. It's a free program with no accountability. You're going to go in there for the first 2 weeks and then you out. Nowhere to be found because you ain't got no skin in the game. Tax season came and when some of y'all promised yourself, I'm going to invest in myself, and you went and booked the trip. That ain't going to put you no farther ahead than anything. But that's your money. You do whatever you want to with your money. But all I know is that you can't fight with sticks. And when I say fight with sticks, that means fight for your destiny. And yes, I said fight. Because some of y'all are going tooth and nail and creating your own spiritual warfare instead of just leaning in and learning and running as fast as you can from 0. And a lot of times I remember somebody said this a couple of years ago, the closer you are to 0, the more emotional you are. Did you know that? The closer you are to 0, the more emotional you are. And the more emotional decisions you make. So when y'all say things like, I need to sit on it and I need to pray about it, I need to ask my spirit guides, and go ask my ancestors, those are emotional conversations. Those are not spiritual conversations. Those are emotional conversations because you don't need anybody to approve you. You don't trust yourself. Like people in the rooms with, I'm in masterminds with, they just say yes. There's no back and forth about it. There's no, let me sit and think about it. It's send me the invoice. The highest paying clients I've ever had, I remember somebody, one of the highest, several of the highest, I had somebody pay me $15,000 for coaching for 3 months. Send me the invoice. Like literally, it was a 10-minute conversation. I said, well, we can go through the, he said, no, just send me. I mean, there was no sitting and think about ancestors. One of my clients paid me $8,000 for 2 months. We had one conversation. She saw a post I did on TikTok. We had a conversation and I looked so raggedy. Let me tell you, that's another thing. I had on a sweatshirt, I had my hair in a ponytail. This was about 2 years ago. I'll never forget it. I mean, it was like, okay. All right, let's do it. Send me the invoice. Send me the paperwork. Let me go ahead and get this done. I mean, it was nothing. But the reason why is because those people are far away from zero. When you're far away from zero, abundance is more in your vicinity as opposed to not. And I know that we don't want to be embarrassed. We don't want to be ashamed, but you have to tell the truth. Tell the truth so that you're not in a place of false delusions. Just tell the truth and say, either give me 2 days, let me look at some things with my bank. Those are leadership conversations. I usually know, and I'm be honest with y'all, and this is not to put on nobody on Front Street. I've noticed that women who are up front, and this is a leadership piece, this is a leadership tip that I'm gonna give to you, because I want you to start responding with clarity and not responding with woo-woo. Stop saying you're going to go manifest something. That's an off conversation. That's not leadership. I need you to bring spirituality down to the earth realm and use your power in that response. Okay? This is how I want you to start responding going forward. If money or financials are an issue for you, you can say something along the lines of, coach or whoever person is, and say, I really want to do this, but right now my budget is not in alignment to where I'm at right now. However, the next time you have something, I would like to know. Or you could say things like, right now it's just not in my budget. Now, I know you're thinking to yourself like, well, I don't want to feel like I'm putting myself down. Or now this is what I did. If I knew that my financials was off, now this is where skills come in at. I would say to that person, give me 3 days. If at 3 days something happens, I will let you know, but give me 3 days. Let me work on this. That gives what you have done subconsciously is allowed your brain to come up with a solution. Because some of us will tell somebody, no, I don't. And you haven't given your brain enough time. And that's in any situation. Some of us are too quick to confirm a limitation. That's in anything. Because there's some things I just will not accept. And circumstances, if I'm in a current circumstance and I really want to do something over here, something is there in a quantum field. So I will say something like, give me a couple of days, let me get back to you. Now, if I go 3 days, or if I go 2 or 3 days or 4 days or whatever, and I don't have it, I will let that person know I wasn't able to get what I needed. But as soon as I do, I'm coming back. I have done that one time. But then after a while, the desire will ramp up and I will get it and I'll be able to pay. But most times I look at my skill set and be like, I know I can make this happen. What do I have to do to make it happen? That's the first thing is, as a CEO, you are obligated to come up with the money. You can come up with the money. What package do you need to do? What do you need to offer in order to come up with the money? When you hear people say like, Oh, I just don't have the money. If you are an owner of a business, the first rule for the CEO is to come up with the money. There is no such thing as I don't have it. If you are a CEO and you have skills and it's something that you really truly want to do, because I know how to tell people I'm not in the market right now for that, or I'm not looking for something like that right now. Hey, so and so, thank you for offering, but that's not where my focus is for the business this year. You see how I put that? It ain't no manifesting. I have a company. So if I'm making decisions, it's based on what I want my company to do. If I have somebody trying to sell me something or sell me some type of package, I will let that person know, you know what, that sounds like a great offer. However, my business doesn't need that at this time. Or I'll tell people like, I appreciate your content, that your content is amazing. However, I'm not in the market for that right now. And I'm straight up. And the person is like, thank you so much, Jay, for your answer. Because sometimes they get answers that are just, oh, well, this is what I want to do. I don't need to know your life story. I just broke up with this person and now I'm thinking about this and no, that's an emotional answer. Women are very emotional when it comes down to things because we seek to be understood. That's why I told y'all need to study stoicism. You need to study emotional management skills. Give people the answer. Lead yourself with the truth. And then if you want something, let that person know, let me work on this. Let me do some moving around and I'll get back with you by Friday. Give a deadline because your brain is listening to your voice or is looking at your words, is processing what you're saying. And if you can't come up with it, there's nothing wrong with following that person and saying, you know what, I got a chance to think about it. I'm not able to meet that obligation right now. So do emotions have a place in business? Emotions have a place with when you're serving your clients. So let's say this, when my clients come and tell me about something that has worked in their business that we taught, or something that they got a client in this, I'm happy. And depending on who it is and what type of struggles they went through, I may get emotional. I allow my emotions to be in spaces like that when my clients are giving me information that is proving our methodology. But when it comes down to answering questions, when it comes down to telling the truth about the business, when it comes down to sales, when it comes down to having a conversation about needs, having a conversation about where they are in their business, and I will use empathy if somebody tells me, well, this is what I've tried, or this is what, okay, I totally understand that can be a struggle. I totally understand that this can set you back a little bit. But then I always guide them to the future, to the goal. Do you want to stay with that problem? Do you want to immediately solve the problem, or do you want a transformation? Because there's also two ways that you can look at this whole thing. You can look at it from a space of, do you want to go ahead and solve the problem quickly? Or do you want to go ahead and move forward with a transformation? So how would I look at that? How would I look at that? So I'm going to look at that from a standpoint of, number one, if you want to solve your problem right now, let's look at the daily payday intensive. However, if you want to go past that and change as a person that's running a business, as a leader, you're going to show up in the Matriarch CEO coaching program. That's what's going to make better sense, right? So emotions have a place in business where it comes down to supporting of clients and using empathy in the sales process. If this person is not invested in getting to a solution, because every problem has a solution. Emotional people want to keep problems. They do. They really do. Because it allows them to find other collectives and communities of suffering. A lot of people don't want to live in a self-actualized place. We love to live in spaces or be in places where there's a lot of people that's going through the same thing we're going through, because it makes us feel like we're in a community of sorts. When the actuality is that you need to get with problem solvers. You need to get to the solution and learn how to fix your own problems so that you can be in spaces and be in communities where you're able to think and receive elevated and ascended pieces of information to make your life better and make your business run fast. You get my drift? So Blair, did that answer your question? That was a good question. That was really that was a very good question. It was a very good question. Nadia, I can't help you with the last 30 minutes. You have to go back and look, baby. When I finish, you got to go back. So I hope that helped you. But 80% of your day, you need to be focused. Okay. So after this live, I need everybody like give me some insight. What are you going to do as soon as you get out this live? What's the goal? What are we doing after this live? So don't be getting on here talking about what are we doing after this live? We have got to get some order. Don't open up Canva. Don't open up YouTube. Don't open up nothing by TD Jakes or nothing by. You need to be focused. You can put on some binaural beats or put on something that you can put on worship music as you're selling, as you're marketing. Drew, I'm gonna challenge that. There you go. Thank you. I need you to get money. I need to get money to be before get testimonies. Go get some cash flow. And everybody right now, you need to be focused on cash flow today. All day today, you need to be doing sales and collecting sales and get some cash flow in your business today, starting today. Now watch people's spinal cord shake out of control. You making sales today? Send an email. Do something. You do not have that kind of time. It's the ninth. Yeah, it's the ninth. You got stuff to do. You got stuff to do. Well, let me get myself together, coach, and let me I need to clean up my house. You should clean it up yesterday. You didn't clean up yesterday. Should clean up Sunday. You can wait another day. Focus today and getting that cash flow together. Go to the Starbucks. Go get, I don't care if you got to go and get water. You need to focus. Okay. Did I beat you too bad today? I ain't beat you that bad, did it? All right. If you want to get into the masterclass on the 18th, you need to join. We have 2 spots open for the daily payday intensive. Okay. The daily payday intensive, we do have payment plans. It's $1,500 if you pay in full. You can pay in payments. Look up. Actually, you can DM me and get the link, or you can go to my Stand store, pull it up, look at it, and let me know if you have any questions. But this is it, y'all. This is it. We start on Wednesday. Okay. All right, y'all. Love y'all. You got this. And we'll have a conversation very soon. But I need everybody going to make some money today. Okay. All right. Good day. Good day. Drew, let's make it happen.